day 4 path to a $10,000 payout. Break even trade today. We're going to go over the trade and then we're going to talk about trading within a range. Going into today, we were looking for a close above or below these two highs and lows on the 5-minute. Just so happened that we got it at the same time on the 5-minute and the 15-minute. So once we had a strong close below, I was looking to target Asian lows, scaled down to the 1-minute. This, I could have been a little more patient again. We had this small retrace up into this fair value gap. Same thing I did yesterday. Respect to the fair value gap, fairly strong close. Entered, take profits, or take profit was Asian lows, and then stop loss was above this 1-minute fair value gap. As soon as we took out this low on the second candle, managed wrist down to the top of this candle, or this wick. Then once we got a strong close below this wick, stocks are fully at break even. 2 candles later stopped out, and then 4 candles later we started to deliver to the downside. Again, looking at it, should have waited. This was a better entry. A little better than a 1-to-1 risk reward. Again, like I said though, hindsight, I think this was still a fairly good trade. Because we, like I said, we closed below. We didn't have really any pretty dominant lows here, besides like 2 on the 30-minute. So it's clear that we probably wanted to flush towards these Asian lows. So not a bad trade, maybe just a little early. But let's talk about trading within a range. Why was I waiting for a close below or above this high and low? Well, if we're trading in continuation, if we'll say towards the upside on this one, if we would have came up, actually I think it's a perfect example on the S&P. It is. All right, if we would have came up, wicked this high, and looked for an entry here, like say this was like a little better candle close, but we've been within this range for all of London session. The only reason we broke out of it a little bit was because of news. We were in, without news, we were in a 13-point range on the S&P. So it's not worth taking a trade here because the risk to reward it just isn't there. So you really need to wait, look for the strong close below, because if we could have just wicked this. Oh, not the 1 second. We could have just wicked this and then been bouncing around these two draws to liquidity for the whole session. So you needed to wait for that close below. Once you get the close below, it's not even like a good enough reason to enter yet, because just because we closed, what is it, 10.5 points below the low, not necessarily just gonna enter, because again, it could just be still a liquidity sweep of this market open low. So the next candle is just as important. Strong, we got a big wick at the top, almost no wick at the bottom. Strong draw towards the low. Really, after that, all you're looking for is a retrace. Realistically, as soon as we got the retrace to as soon as this candle closed, could have just had a market order or limit order set for that fair value gap, because then a lot better fill, and we're able to clear this 1 minute gap as well. So that also could have been the entry. That one actually would have stayed in profit and not got stopped out. And probably would have been full break even as soon as we took out this low. So maybe that was also the trade to take. But yeah, as soon as we got that close below with that 1 minute, that next 1 minute candle flushing to the downside, it was pretty obvious that we were going to want to target those lows. Like I said, because we have nothing within this to want to bounce off of. But it could have very easily been a day where, where we just move sideways between these two, taking out, moving low, taking out, taking out, taking out, taking out all day. Which is why you really have to wait for that close below. Even on the 15 minute, we did same exact candle. We inverse this 15 minute gap. We get the 15 minute close below this low. It was clear as day that we wanted to take out this Asian low. Just needed the right entry at the right time, and I just got unlucky with the with not only the fill, because I got filled like down here, but also it coming up wicking me out and then moving lower. So it's just unfortunate trade, but it was definitely a good trade. Let's see, anything. Yeah, the account still sits at minus 327, which isn't a big deal. I would have made that back plus 200 if this trade would have hit TP, so it's not that big of a problem. Super clean day, really. It was just unlucky that we got the break even. Yeah, that was day 4. Tomorrow is CPI actually. So odds that what the anyways, tomorrow CPI. Probably won't be trading my Top Step account, but I will be going for an Alpha Futures account just to pass in one day, and then I'll have an Alpha Futures account that I could do whatever with. So then I'll have 2 accounts. Passing an account with CPI, super easy, especially if you have a Alpha Futures 0 account that you can pass in one day, because it's just limit orders and you're done. So yeah, I guess maybe tomorrow will be an episode on that, on how to pass CPI or pass evals with CPI. Who knows? But yeah, day 4.